Welcome and thank you for taking a few minutes to listen to this year's series of County Government Listening Up coaching sessions presented by the Association of County Commissions of Alabama and designed to provide a useful look at some of the most pressing legislative issues impacting Alabama's 67 county governments as we prepare for the 2021 legislative session. I'm Sonny Brasfield, Executive Director of the Association, and over the next few minutes, I'd like to focus our attention on the impact of and history behind a piece of priority legislation that is important for all county governments during the legislature's 2021 regular session. Our focus today is on the operation and cost of poll books, which were very prominent during the 2020 election process. You probably saw those poll books when you went to cast your vote in November. For as long as any of us can remember, when you showed up to vote, there was a big paper printed computer sheet showing all of the persons registered to vote at that particular location. And one of the poll workers would take a highlighter, find your name, highlight it, hand you the appropriate ballot. Alabama has shifted to a more efficient electronic system, and most of you probably used that poll book system during the November election, and it did speed things up, and it was certainly more efficient. But with those kind of technology improvements, as we all know, there is a price tag, and the poll books were, again, effective and useful, but they were costly for county governments during the November election. Now, we were able to use federal funding to pay for most of the initial cost of the poll books. There were a few counties that had to pay it out of their county general fund, but most counties were able to access federal funding to purchase these electronic devices that will be used for the next several elections. It is costly, however, to clear the system, certify that it has been cleared, and then put the new voting list back on the system. That has to be done by an outside vendor, and certainly there's cost of that. You're probably not aware that most of the election cost in Alabama is split between the state of Alabama and the local county commission. This is rather unusual around the country. Every state kind of has their own system for paying for elections cost, but Alabama's, as is the case with lots of things in our state, our process is a little different. There is a specific list in the law of all the items that are split 50-50 between the county and the state. And as you might imagine, electronic poll books are not on that list that was last amended many, many years ago. Legislation introduced in the 2020 session by Representative Sam Jones from Mobile and Senator Greg Albritton in the Senate, that legislation would have simply added the poll books administrative cost to the list of things that will be split 50-50 between the state of Alabama and the counties. And honestly, the bill's as simple as that. It was introduced in the 2020 session, did not pass again because the COVID-19 pandemic shortened the session, generated a big long recess, and many items like this one that are technical in nature were not able to make their way to the floor of the House and Senate. But this session, as we get ready for the 2021 session, and as the session moves forward, we expect this bill to be given priority by the Alabama legislature, and county governments and the local taxpayers would urge your support of this bill because it is an election expense that should qualify to be split between the county and the state of Alabama. So it's as simple as that. It's adding this new technology to the regular list of election expenses. And I guess that concludes our brief review of what is a straightforward piece of legislation. Should you have any questions about this priority bill or any other issue relating to county government during the 2021 legislative session, we encourage you to go to our website at alabamacounties.org. You can also reach us on Twitter. You can even reach me at Sonny Brasfield. We'll respond to you and try to provide you any information that you might need. Thank you for giving us a couple of minutes of your time and for listening to this issue, which would help make elections in Alabama work more efficiently and fairly for everyone in our state. Thanks and have a great day.